everyone, welcome back again. Let's start lesson 4 with a good example of a real life problem. So we have Fazil as our guest star today. So Fazil's building a ramp to move his dirt bike onto a trailer. So take a minute and write this out. Don't forget your title, Chapter 10, Lesson 4. We are working on the surface area of a triangular prism. So if you need to pause for a minute, go ahead and pause the tape and then come on back. So as you know by now, I like to draw out all these figures because it helps me, once again, to get a sense of what all the parts are. So Fazil has a ramp. He's trying to get it on a trailer, which means it's going to be a long wedge type of a ramp. So I'm going to start with a triangular base, and that's my triangle, and it's long because it's a ramp. Every triangular prism has 2 congruent bases, so my other triangle is going to look exactly the same. So, whoops, yeah, I fixed this a little. That's pretty close. Okay, now I'm going to take my vertices and connect all of them. So my top 2 vertices get connected. My bottom 2 vertices get connected. And my points over here, my 2 vertices at the end, get connected. So that should look like a ramp, something you could move wheels on to get up to a level that's a little bit higher. So let's say the bottom here is 24 feet. This top part here is 26 feet. At the bottom it's 3 feet. And the height here would be 2 feet. So go ahead and draw that the best that you can. Does not have to be perfect. All right, then we're going to put some information inside a table to organize your thinking. So we're going to have 3 columns. The first one is called face, the second one is drawing, and the third one is the area. Then we're going to take a look at all 5 parts of this triangular prism. So get your chart drawn here. All right, let's start with the face that is the front. I am going to call, here we go. I'm going to call this part the front. So I'm going to draw that for you so you can see what it looks like. And I'm going to write the dimensions there as well. So we have 24 feet at the bottom of this triangle, the base, and we have 2 feet as its height. So now I have to remember how to find the area of a triangle. I wrote my formulas up here. Go ahead and do that in your notes as well. It's always a good reminder to have your formulas written down somewhere in front of you. So the formula for the area of a triangle, A for area equals B times H divided by 2, base times height divided by 2. So I am going to write my dimensions down. 24 is the base times 2 is the height, and I divide that by 2. So I get 48 divided by 2 is 24. So the area for this one triangle is 24 feet squared, or square feet. Okay, let's move on to the back here. So my back is also a triangle, and it's congruent to this one, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the same exact triangle. Put the same dimensions, and again I get the same area, so I don't have to go through all this. I can just write 24 feet squared as well. Okay, so that took care of 2 surfaces out of 5 on this triangular prism. The third surface I'm going to work on is the top. So you can see the top here. It looks like a parallelogram because of the perception we are seeing, but it's actually just a triangle. I'm sorry, it's just a rectangle. Now I have to find the dimensions to it. So if I look here, I don't see a dimension on the length, but I know looking at the other side or the corresponding length here, it's the same. So the length is 26 feet. And then the width would be here. I don't see a measurement, but on the other side, this edge corresponds to this edge, so I can see it's 3 feet. So I have the 2 dimensions I need to find the area of a rectangle. So I know the area up here of a rectangle is length times width. So my length is 26, my width is 3, and when I multiply those together, I get 78 feet squared. Okay, that takes care of 3 of those spaces. I have 2 more to go. I'm going to focus on the bottom. So the bottom would be here. And it looks like 24 feet is the width, or the length, it's the length. And then again, this 3 feet goes with this bottom piece. So it is a rectangle. The dimensions are a little bit different from the top piece. The top is here, the bottom's more down here. It's a little bit shorter, 24 feet, but this width is still the same, 3 feet. So following my formula for area of a rectangle, I get 24 is my length times 3 is my width, and that's 72 feet squared. All right, we have 4 out of 5 of the faces. The last face is the side, and I'm going to call this the side here. And that is, again, it looks like a parallelogram. It's skewed because of our perception. It's a rectangle, and we have 1 dimension here that's 2 feet. The other one we have to find is here. And since there's no measurement here, I'm going to find the corresponding side or edge, which goes right there. So this here is also 3 feet. So my dimensions are 2 feet by 3 feet. And my formula for area of a rectangle is length times width. So I have 3 times 2, which equals 6 feet squared. So now that I've found the area of each face of this triangular prism, I now find the sum. I just add them together. And feel free to use a calculator. I don't want you to get it incorrect because of a calculating error. So I have 24 plus 24 plus 78 plus 72 plus 6 should give me, I'm going to check it again because I have 252 and I don't think that's right. So 24 plus 24 plus 78 plus 72 plus 6, yep, is 204. That's what I thought it was because I've already done this problem and I knew that that answer didn't look right. So our final answer, the surface area of this ramp or triangular prism is 204 feet squared. Now how does this help in a real world problem? Well, let's say Fazil and his family wanted to build that ramp out of wood or paint it. He would have to know how many square feet he would need of paint or of wood, so these measurements will come in handy for real life application. If you want to write your steps down, the first thing we did was we found the area of each base. And the second thing we did was we added each of those parts to find the sum. All right, that is it for today. I chose to take apart our original prism instead of making a net. For me personally, nets get to be a little bit tricky. So don't worry if you don't understand nets, okay? The main thing with surface area is finding the part of each of these figures. All right, I will be showing another video with examples from the homework assignment that goes with this. So once you start your homework, you can watch the video. All right, give me a call if you need anything. Bye.